Howdy, Immortalium here. Oh my god, we're in a different room! Basically, since today's one is a DVD review, I decided I may as well do it in my TV room rather than in my bedroom, where I keep all my books. So, today, as you can no doubt guess from the title, I am reviewing Collection 1 of One Piece. Yes, One Piece has finally been released in the UK by Manga Entertainment. Hopefully it will sell well, although surprisingly it didn't show up in all the anime bestsellers thing, although that might have had something to do with it being released at the very end of the month. Basically, okay, if you don't know what One Piece is, then obviously you haven't been much of an anime fan or a manga fan. If you want to know up to which point this goes, the fight is with Don Krieg is where it ends off. It's mid-fight, basically about a little bit into Volume 7. So basically, if you watch this, you've read it's the equivalent of reading Volumes 1 to 6 of the manga, with a little bit of 7. So for value, it's good. First of all, what do I think of One Piece? I enjoy it. From what I can see so far, I prefer Naruto, but that's simply because I haven't read too much of One Piece or seen too much of One Piece. Manga-wise, I've read volumes 1 to 15, so yeah, but I enjoy it. I think it's very fun. So basically, yeah, it's fun. It fails, for me at least, in this, to reach the emotional heights of the first season of Naruto, with, you know, Haku and Zabuza, but it's a very funny series. Very funny, lots of awesome action scenes. And considering that it was animated in 1999, the animation actually holds up fairly well, which is good. There's a bit of iffy animation at the beginning of the series, but it quickly goes, and actually there's some very lovely animation later, in particular against Captain Kuro from then on out. Although before that, there was something a bit odd, I must say, about the animation, in that every so often they do what I call a snapshot animation, where literally there's the sound of a camera clicking, click, 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 and it's like you're seeing, it's probably the equivalent of seeing the animation, just the shot every so often, which can be a bit annoying, although not as annoying as you think. From that, it sounds very annoying, but the only reason I had an issue with it was because I was specifically looking for an issue with it. So for the casual anime viewer, and even medium like anime viewers, you probably wouldn't take too much harm to that. I watched it in the English dub, so it's very important that the English cast is good. Now, I'm going to focus on the main 5. So first of all, you have Colleen Clinkenbeard as Luffy. Now, Colleen Clinkenbeard is an awesome voice actress, but I've only ever heard her voice women. So, of course, I was quite curious when, you know, Luffy is like a 17-year-old man. So I was curious how she'd sound. And I had heard online that it takes a bit of getting used to, but actually I got used to her voice right from the get-go. So, that's good. Then you have Christopher R. Sabat for Zoro, perfect choice. His voice is awesome. Lucy Christian as Nami, again another awesome voice actress, and she does a fantastic job as Nami. Sonny Strait as Usopp. I must admit, it took me a bit of a while to get used to his voice. I thought it was a bit irritating at first, but I guess that's how he's meant to come off, irritating. And I got used to him eventually. And then you have Eric Vale as Sanji. Now, I just watched Casher and Sins recently, so I thought it was quite amusing seeing Eric Vale, you know, who had played Casher in it, who's a mopey down, depressed kind of guy, voicing Sanji in this, who's a completely different character. So I thought that was very cool. So overall, I liked the dub for this. I enjoyed the dub. I didn't really think there was too much of an issue with it, and I will continue watching the dub. Now, I just want to say there are a few changes from the manga. As I said before, I've read volumes 1 to 15, so comparing this to the manga, there are a few changes. First of all, the most baffling thing, I think personally, is that for some odd reason, they made the very first chapter of the manga, I think episode 4 of the anime. Now, I don't get that. because, you know, like, it really worked in the manga to know who Luffy was, why he wanted to be king of the pirates. For the first 3 episodes, if I hadn't read the manga, I wouldn't have had a clue, you know, why is he like this? Why is he so determined to be king of the pirates? Why does he stretch? You know, you hear that he ate the gum fruit, but, you know, you don't see it until that episode. So I thought it was a bit of a silly move to move that episode to that chapter to episode 4. So I don't know why they did that. There's a few other changes, some minor. Nami shows up, you know, in kind of filler bits in the first 3. First 3 episodes, because then she appears at the end of episode 4. So, you know, I thought it was fine, you know, but I didn't find it particularly necessary. But I guess they were buying time. Okay, this annoyed me a bit now. In the background to Sanji. Now, this is going to be a bit spoilerish, so if you don't want to hear it, just skip on a little. Basically, in Sanji's background, in the manga, Def, the chef, in order to keep Sanji alive on an island, he gave Sanji all the food, and he ate his own foot, which, considering he only fought with his feet, was a major, you know, emotional thing, and showed how much he cared for Sanji. In the anime, for some reason, they changed that. I guess maybe too intense or something, eating one's own foot for TV. But they basically, you know, just turned it into him actually losing it in an accident when he was going after Sanji. You know, he jumped into the ocean, the ship, you know, was collapsing, he got his foot caught and he had to use a chain to, you know, get off the leg. That was an awesome scene. Like, you know, using the chain, like, you know, you have the chain pulling up and there's a spurt of blood and all that jazz. So I think that's cool, but it lacks the emotion that the manga had. And actually, speaking of emotion, a lot of this, like, as I said, didn't find it as emotional as the first season of Naruto. Now, it's very fun and very entertaining, but it's not emotional. And but I'm sure it'll get, like, I hear that when they introduce Ace it gets emotional, so I'll be looking forward to that. And I will still continue buying this, and I encourage you to buy it too. It's really fun and enjoyable. So anything else? Oh yeah, you have your commentaries on this, just a bit of extras for episode 1, and I think it was episode 17. Yeah, episode 17. In the first in both commentaries you have the ADR director and the voice of Buggy the Pirate, Mike McFarland. In the first commentary you also have Colin Clinkerbeard, who plays Luffy, and Christopher R. Sabat, who plays Zoro. And, you know, he asks them questions and they answer, and it's quite interesting. You'll learn a good bit of stuff. It gets a little repetitive by the end, but I'd still say it's worth listening to. And so is the other one, even though that gets a little repetitive as well, starring Lucy Christian and Sonny Strait. I'm assuming the next box set will have one with Eric Vale, but I'll just have to see. So, yeah, I definitely recommend this. It's fun. It's One Piece. You know, you don't need a recommendation for me to get more One Piece. If you're not too keen on the art style, I say, you know, it's cheap enough in anime terms. It's like about £25 or £23 or something like that, and it's 26 episodes. So it's definitely worth getting, I'd say. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and bye-bye.